evening, good afternoon, good morning, Fabulites. This is Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You, and I am here with another edition of Notes on the Newsfeed. Woo! This is where I read to you the headlines, and I give you my thoughts on them, or what they bring up for me. Some of these things, I've just read the headlines. Sometimes I have only read the headlines plus the click-through. Sometimes I've read the article, and sometimes I've just skimmed the article. Let's jump right in. Okay, I can't remember if I read this one or not. A dramatic drop in the number of students in college has some schools slashing prices and going all out to recruit students. Report: more than half of hate crimes in the U.S. go unreported because of hate crimes. Like, how am I going to go to the person, the people who are perpetuating a lot of hate crimes, who hate black people, and be like, somebody tried to hurt me for being black, knowing that they might kill my black ass. Just, I be trying to stay far, far away from, cop type people. That's just me. I'm just saying, 34 House Democrats ask the Justice Department to investigate Jeff Sessions for violating his recusal from the Russia probe. I never understood what kind of damn recusing he was doing, because he seemed very, very involved to me. I'm like, I don't understand you hiring, you selecting, you hiring the people. I don't understand. I didn't understand the recusal, so I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was confused at it. Michigan sues Flint after council refuses to okay water deal. Let those people try to handle their business and get their lives back in order after y'all done jack shit up. How about that? So if the city council, I don't know what's going on. I kind of started skimming the article, and once again, I kind of got upset. Because that Flint was one of those places with the city manager who was appointed by the governor, and the city manager was the one who's like, oh yeah, this water deal is great. The shit that got everything fucked up, But anyway, let me, because I'm trying to get through these, y'all. North Korea is sitting on a stockpile of minerals worth trillions. Sounds like parts of Africa. Broadcast nets aboard for primetime special on future of high schools. Now, I read that, and it seemed like several different channels were going in together to talk about high schools, but now the headline is confusing me. So we're going to have to reread that article. Malcolm D. Lee set to direct Kevin Hart in Universal Pictures comedy Night School. Look, Malcolm D. Lee is black, so it's going to be black on black filmmaking type situation. So that's all. I just was like, oh, there's the black guy. He's not Kevin Hart. It must be Malcolm D. Lee. Black attorney will take his fight against Mississippi's Confederate-themed flag to the Supreme Court. That's good. The Mississippi flag has like a Confederate flag. It's not just a Confederate flag, but it's got like a Confederate flag in the top left corner or whatever. Scientists have found evidence of a mysterious skull cult in an ancient temple. It ain't no accounting for what people, believe and worship, and, what be going on with people. Watch American Gods. June 29, 1941, Stokely Carmichael, the philosopher behind the Black Power movement, is born. Happy birthday, ancestor Stokely Carmichael. NASA has been exploring Mars every day for the last 20 years. Here's what's happened. Every day for the last 20 years? Get out of here. That's a lot. I had no idea. Didn't nobody tell? I must have missed that memo. Did I miss them? I missed the memo. Venus Williams was reportedly involved in a car crash in which a passenger in another car was killed. Y'all, my heart is beating now just reading it, or maybe I'm getting a headache. It's quite warm down here. It wasn't as warm upstairs. And it seems like it's getting warmer as the day goes on. I mean, it's like it's 7 o'clock, and I'm like, whoa, it's a heat wave. A new report claims that Apple products are contributing to a huge environmental problem. I was just talking about this on my walk and talk this morning. Basically, they saying, people just throw the phones out. They drop them, they get a new phone, they throw the phones out. So it's just all this junk, more junk. Canuck the Crow's attacks halt Vancouver mail delivery. Now, I don't know who Canuck the Crow is, but there was a picture of a bird holding a knife. Like a real live bird holding a knife. So I'm like, is he the bird going around with a knife going after male people? I don't understand. That was like a crazy image. Chicago PD adds DuSable Museum of African American History to curriculum for new recruits. Okay. A historically black college just opened a campus at Google headquarters. Here's what it's like inside. I think it was Howard West. 43 stunning iPhone photos that prove you don't need a professional camera. Trump had Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert crash the Chicago Cubs photo op at the White House in a bizarre scene. More bizarre stuff with Donald Trump. But the reason because Dan Gilbert, he owns stuff in Detroit too. So he's just all over the place owning. He's an owner. And even somebody referred to downtown Detroit as Gilbertville the other day. I was like, damn, it's like that. Because I think he owns like 92 properties down there. YouTube book shooting ends in death. Y'all heard about these kids. They were young people, and they thought they were gonna really blow up. They trying to blow up on YouTube. And so the guy thought that it would be a good idea for him to hold a hardcover book to his chest, and then his girlfriend to shoot him, and the mother of his child to shoot him. And they did this stunt for YouTube in front of their baby, and he had mentioned it to his auntie, I think, and she's like, that's not a good idea. But he was like, oh, it's gonna it's gonna blow up. And he got killed. So now I don't know if I need, but I'm open for new subscribers. But yeah, I feel bad for them. Venezuela crisis, what's going on? And I think I skimmed that. It's a lot going on in Venezuela. Brazil police halt new passports due to budget crisis. I just noticed the police in here. I thought Brazil was halting the passports. What do the police have to do with it? Now I'm really confused. When I read the article or whatever, it seemed like we ain't got no money, so we can't make no more passports. But like here, we pay for our passports, but maybe they done spent the money on other things. Who knows what people be doing. Woman's body found in Walmart bathroom 3 days after she entered the store. And I didn't look at I think I skimmed the article or whatever. But what I was trying to understand is, so she went to the bathroom and nobody cleaned the bathroom in 3 days? Like the stall? Don't you go? I mean, I don't know. That's what I was trying to understand. How's she in there for 3 days? They closed. Oh, well, it's 24 hours, but still. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. It's 24 hours. So maybe every time they went in, they just thought somebody was using the bathroom. Young black girls perceived as less innocent than white girls of the same age, study finds. We were talking about that during our walk this morning. SSDD. And plus, it's the same thing, too, because it's like, you already know by the way they treat us that they act like, we're some kind of different kind of human being. China woman faints after breaking jade bracelet in jewelry store. So she trying on the bracelet. She like, oh, how much is this? They like $44,000. And she like, oh, she trying to take it off. She dropped the thing on the floor. They like, well, you can give us $28,000. She like, I got $1,500. And then she fainted. Bachelor star Demario Jackson details pool sex with white castmate. What I loved about this story is, to me, those kind of people look like they just out there wilding out, drinking, hanging out white people just having good times, just free and happy. And I just felt so bad for him, like he got caught up in the matrix. Homeboy said when she invited him over to the pool, he felt like it was too good to be true. And so he waited to make sure that the cameras were following him before he went over there, because his spidey sense let him know that something was wrong. And then he also said something to the effect of, the producers came up to him a day or two later, one of the producers, and said, you should just leave the show. We got something on you. I can't tell you what it is, but just say, you were here for the wrong reasons, and, you need to leave or whatever. And, thank everybody for letting you be here or whatever. And I kind of feel like that's a setup. Like, I was glad to read his side of the story. This is coming off of the Grio. I haven't seen it anyplace else on the news. So maybe nobody else covered it, but I was glad that he has some spidey sense, or some sense, out here playing around. People try to get you jacked up. He already lost his job. Did he get another job? I don't know. But, FBI car linked to kidnapping. Oh, FBI. Oh, no. FBI find car linked to kidnap Chinese student Ying Zhang. Sorry. A huge crack in an Antarctic ice is hours, days, or weeks from breaking off an iceberg the size of Delaware. How big is Delaware? That sounds big. We've been watching this for a while, a couple months now at least. 2 new cases of the plague have popped up, and here's why it keeps appearing in the U.S. The plague. New Jersey Assemblywoman makes case for controversial bill requiring schools to teach children how to interact with the police. Japanese airline forces disabled man to crawl aboard. He said he done traveled all over the world. These people were like, you take the wheelchair as far as you can go, but then at some point the aisles and stuff are too narrow to accommodate a wheelchair. He said every time else he's traveled, staff and people have helped him, but they were like, well, we can't help you because if you got to get off the plane, you got to be able to get off the plane, and we won't be able to help you. So if you can't crawl on the plane, then you just can't come fly with us. So he had to drag himself onto the plane. The largest cash transfer program in the U.S. just got a huge vote of confidence. Dang, I read that article, but it's been a couple days. I don't remember. Review board finds substantial error in police decision that cop killing of Keith Lamont Scott was justified. The Sackler family, creators of OxyContin, makes Forbes list of richest families. Yay, y'all out here making people fucked up with prescription drugs. It's good for you to get rich off of something, that serves the community and helps people. Video showing off-duty Lansing police officer throttling black teenager sparks investigation. And that's it. That's the rest of my notes from the news feed. Thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing, clicking and sticking around, sharing, and for being here, for being you, and for being fabulous you. Peace.